There is a major opportunity lying ahead of us, especially for those who wants to build wealth aggressively and make their money work for them while they're sleeping, because that's the ultimate goal. All right, you can't just use more than the 24 hours that are allocated to you by trading your time against money. So you need to find another way for your money to work for you while you continue to make that income coming in to sustain your lifestyle, but also to allocate and assign that extra dollar to work for you a lot more faster, a lot more quicker, and a lot more deeper than you can actually do by trading time and money within the 24 hours time frame you have. All right. And I believe the stock market is one of those pillars. The stock market is one of those tools you can use to kind of 10x, 20x, 30, 50, even 20,000x your net worth. All right, by adding multiple zeros at the end of that balance. And today marked a very serious a milestone. You know why? Because a pocket of the stock market just hit a new low, meaning the discount on prices of the companies that are trading in this sector has now been going back to where we were where we were exactly during the pandemic. All right. And we're going to see that actually, if you pay close attention, you can actually identify three main stocks or three type of stocks that can actually transform $500 into $100,000 in the next 5 years. I'm not kidding. In the next 5 years. All right. So we're going to go over all the details, and then you're going to see by yourself by looking at the numbers and the data that, hey, maybe this is worth putting some money into. All right. Now, the milestone we've been crushing today is this. The Nasdaq ends at 2-year low as US stocks extend a losing streak to 5 days. It's been 5 days that the stock market has been consistently going down. It's not only here in the US, it's only the same thing in Europe with the UK stocks and European stocks in general. Why? Because of people fearing that we're going to have another jumbo, increase hike. In other words, the US central bank and other banks around the world are going to continue to increase interest rates aggressively to fight inflation. But we're going to know a little bit more than that. More of that in the next couple of days. But I wanted to give you a little bit of the background why now is really a golden opportunity. Look, the reason why these stocks jumped back in the last 2 years is because, first of all, they were technology, right? We were locked down. We were not going anywhere, all right? And the world shifted to what we call remote model. People were working from home more than they used to, and now companies have totally shifted to that way. So there were a lot of companies that were involved into technology with the cloud, the computing, with cybersecurity, with data analysis, all of those different sectors, all of these things that we use in order to make the world continue to grow. Those companies were propped, the share price were pumped up by a policy from the Federal Reserve where interest rates were low. We were close to 0% interest rate. So it was cheaper actually for people and companies to borrow money at no cost. By cost, I mean interest rate being at zero, all right? So you pay no interest, and using that to go hard into investing into their own company, into technology, into research and development, etc., etc. And because of that, people started betting that, hey, if these companies are, also investing in themselves, I can see how the fruits of that will definitely be worth in the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years, such as Tesla. Such as the solar companies, the green energy, etc., the Microsoft, the Apple, the Google, etc. But what changed today? In this world with high inflation, the US central bank has to bring inflation down, and one of the tools they have in doing so is to increase interest rates. But by increasing interest rates, you're actually preventing companies from investing as they used to, because the cost of money is now 4% higher than it used to be. So they will rather go in cost saving mode. So instead of borrowing money, we need to make sure we save in case, this whole thing the Fed is doing is going to put us into a bad economic downturn. All right. But because of that, it also means from investor standpoint, those companies are not going to make big profits. And that's why the money is coming out of these stocks. I mean, it's coming out so much that pretty much if you invested your money into the Nasdaq, which is the technology sector in the US market, your money will be flat in the last 2 years. Where at some point, it went all the way up to 40, even 50% higher. But all those gains have gone now based on what the economy is going, the central bank are trying to do, et cetera, et cetera. But as an investor, this is where you need to be smart and read in between the lines, because the truth of the matter is these companies are not going away. Tesla is not going out of business anytime soon. Same thing for Google, same thing for Apple, because people are still continue to improve and upgrade iPhones, even though right now people have not, they don't have the money to buy more, because for the last 2 years we've been buying all kinds of stuff, which is kind of one of the reasons why inflation is being so high, right? But you do also have other companies that are not known by the public that are also doing very, very important work in terms of pushing the world a lot more faster in terms of growth and for technology improvement, all right? And I want to share with you then why now it makes sense for people who want to build wealth aggressively. It makes sense to put some money into these stocks, because there's going to be a time when inflation is going to go back down. There's going to be a time when the market is going to continue to go back up again, the next bull run. But the bottom line in the market is you want to buy low in order to sell high. It doesn't make sense for you to sell when the Nasdaq is at 15,000, when Apple is at 200, when Tesla is at 500, because right now Tesla is trading around the 200s. Apple is around 140. And you have a bunch of companies that have been discounted all the way to 80%, some even 90%. All right. So what are these stocks or type of stocks I do see exploding in the next 5 years, especially when we get to the other side of this whole crisis? All right. So the first item here that I want to share with you guys is this technology stock, which is at the very front and the center of data analysis and data consumption. Palantir Technologies, right now trading at $8. I think the 52-week high is 27, but even before this, before 2021, if you look here, it was trading around at some point the 30s, and it even hit 40s at some point. If you look back here, 35. So this is a company that is using data to integrate it in simple language, in simple model for every company across the globe. So pretty much the world and every company around the globe is a potential client for this company. And as we go forward, data is going to be one of the most consumed commodity. And since this company is at the center of data, they're definitely going to be one of the next Apple or Google or even Microsoft. I mean, if you look at the expectations, this is a stock that's going to be trading around maybe the $200 in the next 2 or 3 years, let alone 5 years. So if you buy now, you're pretty sure you're going to have that zeros adding to your net worth when we get there. All right. Another stock that I'm going to bring here is Marathon Digital. This is a mining company or a crypto mining company. Look, cryptocurrencies, you look at Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are the two main cryptocurrencies by size in the market right now. They are down big time. I mean, Ethereum used to be trading at 47. I mean, this is a trust. All right, so it's like an ETF following the price of Ethereum. All right, so we're looking now at 47 of the highs, and right now it's trading below 9. So that's what. 5 times. 5 times is 500%. 500% gain potential in the next 5 years. But you know what? Ethereum in the next 2 to 3 years is going to be trading around 10,000. That's the expectation. And right now it's below 1300. So if you don't have 1300 to put into Ethereum, you can pretty much buy this ETF or this trust for $8. And when Ethereum hits those multi levels in the new highs, you're pretty sure that's going to be trading in the triple digits. So you're multiplying your money here by even 1,000% just in a matter of a couple of years. All right. And then you also have this company mining those cryptocurrencies, both, majorly Bitcoin, but, some also are mining or producing Ethereum. So it's also another way to get into the crypto world very cheap right now, because by the time Bitcoins hit maybe 100,000, 200,000 a coin, or $1 million a coin in the next 10 years, these companies are going to be trading around maybe triple digits. So that's another potential 10,000% or even 20,000% you can make on your money if you just put the money here, you close your eyes, and then you open up your account back. In the next 2 to 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years if you want to hold them a little bit longer, and you will see that 500 would have easily turned into 100K just like that, without you doing anything additional rather than just holding those securities. And that's the truth around building wealth, being patient, but making sure that you buy when things are really, really low and you sell when things are high, because that's how you build wealth, especially without you having to do work or trade your time with money. And that's why you always say that time is money. Yeah. Get it now?